This is chaotic. And Mr. Case in the chamber. Lilith Lance are supposed to be in the hospital, ladies and gentlemen. But Bernard Brickley just lost his contract by count-out. Ladies and gentlemen, oh, the wise man. To Vince, the CEO. I mean, hooks on, throws him. Okay, through the cage. Oh, GMK steals it with a roll-up. GMK rolls up the sheep. Oh, my goodness. Oh, he's Dragon Robotic.
The music. Oh, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching at home on YouTube, introducing to you the best sheep in the world arcade, the biggest and baddest rookie Torok. The X's are rolling up. And of course, if you're not down with that, we got 3 words for you.
Oh, Paternal. Oh, my God. Daniel Black's up on Jocko gets it. Oh, he can't even celebrate, ladies and gentlemen. The sheep. Hands together. Oh, from behind, from at the stage. For how long? For how long? Oh, my God. Lance has put her hands together. Okay. Okay, he's in. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, that is the Moss Man. Daniel top rope. Oh, okay, through the announcer's desk. RK on top, Chase Cruz clearing the ring. Turn around, Chase Cruz. RK takes it off. RK takes it off. Whoa! Oh my God! Holy what? It did die for a second, didn't it? We could. Ladies and gentlemen, Lamin Noir, the Renaissance Dragon says, oh, fine, take it. What a display, some would say. Satan versus God. Porsche Van Alden, oh! I can say. Porsche Van Alden! Hoppatano is your new! Oh, my God! Oh, Queen of the Ring! The World Warzone General Manager! Daniel Black might very well be up there for Superstar of the Year. Oh, Mr. Case in the chamber! Lamin Noir! Here's your winner. Ended the career of Sims. His brother... What in the hell is going on? What the hell is this? Hell? Oh, who is that? Who's a oh my goodness! That's Sage 1! It's 2! And it's 3! And Kaiju Jaeger ended the career of Poe. Merry Christmas, brother. The authority stand tall. Are you fucking? Oh my God. That is Daniel Black. Nicole O'Grady. McClaw. Reverse Bobby. Here finisher. She does. 3. What a season it's been. Feeling it, ladies and gentlemen. Akira Tanaka. Cut there. Giant score. I will catch you all. Jocko. Kidding me. In season. Clover's gone. Lives 1, ladies and gentlemen. Number. Live 1. That was a title. 5. Here we go. Rumble on their feet. This is who we are. Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the RPW universe. Today is a KR day, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the tunes going here today, ladies and gentlemen, for another edition of Saturday Night Fury, ladies and gentlemen. Becoming a bit of a tradition here on Saturdays, but I'm not too mad at it. I like a bit of wrestling on my Saturdays, feeling like a pay-per-view. Let's get this closed before people start asking questions, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Get it nice and it's still there. That's okay. Never mind it. Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing today? How are we today? For a Saturday edition of Fury, Time got away from me for a second there. Not gonna lie. Time got away from me a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. First things first. Happy birthday to Mr. Gore over on Woe Warzone. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in Malachi. Good to see you, Tyler West, Daniel Black, PB&J, Big Daddy, Kai, Juice, or Jocko in the GMK, Dylan Chaos, Rex as well, ladies and gentlemen. What a fun show we have today on Fury. Ladies and gentlemen, a week away from week 200 in Regents Pro Wrestling, which I cannot believe. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot believe. Welcome in, Alex Cross. Wednesday's Origin, by the way, the most viewed show of the year so far on the RPW YouTube channel. Little shout out to Origin. The Ozone was cooking, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely flying off the handles. Great show as well, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of debuts, a lot of new faces. Fantastic show on Wednesday. We'll see if Fury can compete. A big show. A big show today, ladies and gentlemen. That is for sure. We have 3 members of the Authority going up against the Fallen. We kick off with Dino, Vise, Xander, Evans. We have Brandon Bombs and Draven Wild. We have the Giant versus Abdon, ladies and gentlemen. The main event today. The main event today. Oh boy. Lamin Noir, GMK, Brutus Brickley, RK, Daniel Black, and the World Heavyweight Champion Sage. A 6-man, Falls Count Anywhere, elimination match. The winner will take on Sage for the World Heavyweight Championship next week on week 200. Ladies and gentlemen, what a god. Vince pulled out all the stocks for that main event. Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel, Brutus, and Lamin's first match of the season. Vince pulled out all the stocks for that one. Ladies and gentlemen, that is for sure. Of course, first things first. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to spin the wheel. Of course, brand new randomizer champion, Shane 7, former Fury superstar, will be defending here today. Ladies and gentlemen, will be defending here today. We have an extra match on Fury. And who is it going to be? Is the question. Ryan Kerr says, I want it to be me. It is a nice one-on-one. One lucky superstar, ladies and gentlemen. One lucky superstar up against Shane 7. His first ever title defense of his career. And it goes to Drew Payne. Ladies and gentlemen. Drew Payne. A chance to be a champion for the first time in season number 5, ladies and gentlemen, as he goes up against Shane 7 here today. Before we officially kick things off, ladies and gentlemen, he has indeed appeared. And will he indeed win? Ladies and gentlemen, that is the question we're going to be finding out here today on Fury, as we have Shane 7 and Drew Payne one-on-one for the randomizer championship. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of fun to be had. That's for sure. A lot of fun to be had. I think we're ready to get stuck on in. Ladies and gentlemen, randomizer championship match. Shane 7 and Drew Payne one-on-one. First randomizer championship match on Fury. We had one on Warzone, of course, where Shane 7 won it. And now we have one on Fury. Good to be back live with RPW, ladies and gentlemen. Best with the main event, bro. I want to see Drew win. He has appeared. Drew and I were former CAW members. So if Sage wins the main event, what happens? Does he choose an opponent? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think Vince actually said what happens if Sage wins. Maybe he's, not feeling like Sage will win. I don't know. There's a lot of points going on right now, though. ladies and gentlemen, I can confirm the Authority vs. the Fallen. Each of those matches, the winner earns 3 points. Now, we still don't really know what these points are for. It seems like a mini tournament leading up to Breakthrough, potentially. So, Dino, Xander, Brandon, Draven, Giant, and Abdon. Obviously, we saw them all compete last week in a 3-on-3 match, which ended with a double countout. And now there's a lot of points going. The winner gets 3 points for themselves or for their team. I'm not really sure. And then the main event, there's also points on the line as well, depending on when. So first eliminated gets 1 point, second eliminated gets 2 points, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the winner, each elimination is also worth a point as well. So let's hope the sheets are paying attention when covering that main event, ladies and gentlemen. Shane 7 down, middle of the ring. Drew Payne went his red for Fury. Former Fury superstar himself, of course. Very fun show today, though. Very, very fun show. Xander and Dino to kick off, 2 fantastic technical superstars. We have a massive 4-way tornado tag team match. Alexia, Caldwell, Joseline, Clover making their first debuts of the season. Sienna, Violet, Olivia, Laurent, Andrea Garcia, Lady Dream as well. A lot of fun to be had, like I said. Lamin, Brutus, and Daniel Black's first matches as well. Don't go associating yourself with the CAW, please. We don't need that on our legacy. Well, Warzone General Manager joining us, of course. Had a little bit of a back and forth with the Fury. General Manager to Vince Shimon, ladies and gentlemen. Business era this year. Superstars and general managers alike really backing their shows against the other. Ladies and gentlemen, Drew Payne with a pop rocks. Trying to win his first championship of the season. Just me, or does it feel weird seeing Drew on Friday Night Fury? See me as an old head. It doesn't feel weird, ladies and gentlemen. Payne Verizon. Down goes Shane. Oh, and a shoulder upper too. Giant vs. Abdon is probably the one I'm looking forward to most. 2 big men. Oh, I can't wait. Abdon's first singles match, ladies and gentlemen, of his RPW career, which is very, very exciting. The energy from Origin hopefully transitioning us to Friday Night Fury now on a Saturday, because man, that Origin show was something special. It really was. Drew Payne gets reverse. Shane 7 busted open. Nice forearm to the face and another one. Sling blade takedown. Shane 7 has definitely been on the back foot of this match, ladies and gentlemen. Drew Payne's been looking very, very good thus far in this one. Tartan Army had a good war zone. Maybe there's a reason they're not on Fury anymore, because Shane is getting dominated right now. The commentator's curse. Nice reversal into a roll-up, shoulders down for Drew Payne. Randomized the championship on the line. 2 count. Ooh, yeah. Dylan Chaos. Or sorry, Dylan Dynamite, I should say. And Malachi in action today with Maiden Chaos. In a match I'm rather excited for. Nice camera angle there. As Tartan Army's very own Shane at 7 with a step up into Curry. He is bleeding. He's not got off to a good start. Drew Payne was dominant in this match, but the end result is all that matters. And a stomp to the back of the head. Drew Payne could be done for. Ladies and gentlemen, his first title defense of his career. And Shane 7 is still your randomizer champion. Drew Payne, once Sibs apparently, started very, very well, but he did not have the resiliency to go toe-to-toe with Shane 7. You think you're ready for a Sibs at Breakthrough, ladies and gentlemen? I'm not too sure. Welcome in Sam Everett. Shane 7 steps down. The standing referee for the pre-show, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, Drew does well, then falls short. Speaking of refs, do we keep our DI higher? Ref Consuelo, I don't know about the DI higher. Consuelo's a very valued member of the Regents Pro Wrestling family, ladies and gentlemen. Shane 7 pointing to his waist. He kisses the randomizer championship. Will that be his only championship of the season? Or will that be a championship that can propel him to further brand titles, ladies and gentlemen? Tartan Army, by the way, looking very, very good, ladies and gentlemen. Looking very, very good. They're on a roll right now. I think it's safe to say. On a roll, Ryan. You can't be disrespecting Consuela. Kind of rude, if you ask me, ladies and gentlemen. Kind of rude, if you ask me. On a roll, though, our Tartan Army looking very, very good. I'm a big fan of the Tartan Army as well. I think they're very, very fun, ladies and gentlemen. And I think maybe, potentially, they can have quite a damn big season on Warzone, ladies and gentlemen. That's for sure, because they're looking rather decent. They really, really are looking rather decent and looking rather hungry, ladies and gentlemen, of the Tartan Army. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's a good start, but we need to remain focused. I mean, fair play. That is that's a fair play. You do need to remain focused. It is a good start, but will that start carry on is the question, ladies and gentlemen. I can confirm the brand new Fury intro was made in time, ladies and gentlemen. So, without further ado, here on Saturday, I just want to remind everyone of one little tiny thing. This is who we are.
As the anthem roars, every heart beats pounding like a war. Steel meets flesh and the sparks ignite. Welcome to the chaos under neon lights. Crush the cage, break the chains. Fuel the rage, feel the pain. Rise and fall, this is the game. Crush the cage, oh yeah.
Oh, I always get excited, ladies and gentlemen. Always get excited. And new intros will be updated as time goes on as well, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Daniel Attire still hate him, though. Ladies and gentlemen, are we ready? Erie, PA. Don't even know where that is, if I'm honest with you. But here we go. Saturday Night Fury to get us ready, ladies and gentlemen. Sam Everett with a gifted. Ready for it. Oh, it goes to Gore as well. Happy birthday, Gore. Ladies and gentlemen, going to be seeing Daniel with more color on his attire. New metallic for this season. Welcoming Luka Novak into Saturday Night Fury, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not in it, damn. PB&J, listen. You was like 1 for 10. I know you had a Mania match, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves. You need to work your way into that intro, my friend, with some of the biggest names in RPW, as Dino and Xander Evans will be kicking us off on a Saturday Night Fury. And Dino looking yoked, ladies and gentlemen. Dino looking very, very yoked. And obviously the percentages have started now, ladies and gentlemen. These two both still on 0% technically, as it was a double count out last week, ladies and gentlemen. Dino looking very, very good, though. I'm a big fan of Dino, that's for sure. And he looks up to the stage, ready for this one. Two very technical superstars going at it here today, that's for sure. Very, very technical superstars going at it, and I'm very, very excited to see which technical superstar comes out on top. And there is one half of your World Tag Team Champions, ladies and gentlemen. That is Xander Evans with his championship in hand. And man, oh man, he is looking free with that mask, man. He really, really is. Always makes me a bit uneasy when the Fallen are in town, ladies and gentlemen. Always makes me a bit uneasy when the Fallen are in town. These guys are very creepy, and you never really know what they're capable of, ladies and gentlemen. That's the worst part of it. Draven Wild against Brandon Bombs later today. Giant and Abdon are the penultimate match of the show, and what a main event that is. That 6-man elimination, full scan anywhere. Really, it's going to be something special. Xander Evans takes to the ring with that title in this, and he lifts it up. Dino watching on. Dino, a former tag team champion himself, of course. What a way to kick off Fury, ladies and gentlemen. What a way to kick off Fury indeed. Dino and Xander Evans. One-on-one, and the match is underway, as is the show, and Dino slammed down already. Was the point system explained? What the point is, we don't know yet, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know yet. The Fallen only got more unsettling when Sage returned. Oh, I agree. He definitely added an extra layer, ladies and gentlemen. That's for sure. Where's Bro's beard? Well, there's these things called razors or scissors, or, I mean, these guys probably use knives for all we know. But basically, GMK, with hair, what you can do with it is you can cut it off, and then it's no longer there, which is a crazy concept. Xander is going for a submission early doors. Feels good to do this again. Go back with the gifted membership. Ralph watching on. Dino with the elbows across the face. Xander does look different without the beard. Still just as creepy, though. Fair KO. Hey, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Didn't know if you knew or not. Just thought I'd let you in on the little secret, you know. Xander Evans dominant so far. Oh! I feel like the Fallen and the Authority are going to be a very big part of Fury this year. A very, very big part of Fury this year. Obviously, right now, the Fallen with all the championships, World Heavyweight and Tag Team, Authority right now, on Fury at least, are titleless. Of course, Sibs and Cheese, both champs over on Warzone. Well, Warzone doing something interesting. Jocko every week is going to have a anonymous GM, or like a stand-in GM. They can only book 2 matches. Porsche Van Houten is up first, ladies and gentlemen. How do we feel about this move by Jocko? And Xander Evans jumping over the body of Dino. As if he couldn't get any more creepy. I want to back Dino, but I don't know. Dino showing some strength in this one. Big running power slam of his own. Xander rolls away. Lock up between the two. Arm over the... Oh, neck. And Xander Evans with a kip up into a leg drop. Xander Evans pulling out all the stops, ladies and gentlemen. As a whole, the assistant GM thing is cool. Reservations about the first pick, though. Actually interested to see how Porsche runs World Warzone. Again, it's only 2 matches, and one of those is her own title match, which she has been given. So we'll see how that goes, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I have been told, by the way, this just reminded me, as these guys are outside, Vince has initiated today a rule where there is going to be no countouts, ladies and gentlemen. Into the, you may have heard, well, you may have not heard it then. Ralph did not count as both superstars went outside the ring. He's experimenting, is to Vince. RPW is always changing. And after the count out in the main event last week, this week, there's going to be no countouts, ladies and gentlemen, at all. So Obviously, in, you know, normal, like, fatal four-way tag team matches, like Tornado Tag, there's not anyway. But in one-on-ones today, there's not going to be any count-outs. So, interested to see how that works for today's show. That's for sure. Nice power slam. Xander Evans up top. Xander Evans continuing on the domination. Big splash from the top. Those creepy gloves. Oh, Dino. 2.999, ladies and gentlemen. How close was that? And you're not worthy, chance. Here today. Will that translate to title matches, or is today just... Well, right now there's no title matches today, so if you listen, Sam, I said today he's trialing it. I can't speak for the future, can I? Yeah, don't want good matches ending in counts or double countouts. Hopefully that can be brought to woe. I like the rule for them. We'll see how it works today, that's for sure. We'll see how it works today. Dino, Irish whip. Off the rope! Into a claymore, ladies and gentlemen. Big boot to the face. And down goes Xander Evans to count on the champion. He rolls away, both superstars meet in the middle. Dino gets met with a dropkick and both superstars down in the opener of Fury here on Saturday, in a hell of a start, ladies and gentlemen. A hell of an opener. Indeed. Ooh. Nice right by Dino. Nice reversal by Xander. These two have each other's pages right now. I do think that's a good rule, and discussions might be had about bringing to a Warzone as well. We'll see. It makes sense for some matches, at least, not wanting to end in count out. Xander has Dino up on his shoulders again. Ooh. Hung up on that top rope. Dino using the ropes to help him up, and Xander Evans continuing on. Some domination today. He's been very, very good in this opener. Love the Fury stage. Xander Evans setting up, ladies and gentlemen. Slam down, and Xander Evans with a submission hold. Locking his hands behind the head of Dino. Two very technical superstars, ladies and gentlemen. And Dino forced to tap on the arm of Xander Evans. And the Fallen kick off Fury with a victory, ladies and gentlemen. Xander Evans, the spine buster, looked fantastic throughout. Again, Dino, one of the biggest names in RPW, ladies and gentlemen. I think Season 5 is going to be a very big year, a very big season for the Fallen. Fallen 1, Authority 0. Thought Dino was going to break out. I knew Dino was not a safe choice. It's crazy to see. First win to the Fallen, ladies and gentlemen. Welcoming Kaiju Jaeger as one half the World Tag Team Champions. The best tag team in RPW history, Draven and Xander Evans. And now maybe this is their year for singles, ladies and gentlemen. If I'm RK, I'm a bit nervous. Not gonna lie, because I feel like Xander, Draven, or Abdon could all be a fantastic Intercontinental Champion. So, if I'm RK, I'm very, very nervous about some of the competition. That's for sure, ladies and gentlemen. Very good opener. And very good start from Xander Evans. Fantastic performance. It is still very, very early. And again, I think Dino will still do amazing stuff this season. Don't get me wrong. I feel like you can never count out Dino, ladies and gentlemen. That's for sure. But a hell of an opener and a hell of a win for Xander Evans, ladies and gentlemen. Especially, you know, Dino is a massive name. And that kickstarts a win for the Fallen here on Fury as we advance with some fatal four-way tag team action. The tag teams are in the ring, ladies and gentlemen. We have the new millennium, Maxim Jones and Misa Johnston. We have the season winners of Cebu and Grievo. We have Made in Chaos, Dylan Dynamite and Malachi. And then we have B&B making their season 5 debuts, Roddy, Ripper, Hall, and Bold Brian, ladies and gentlemen. I can confirm this is a number 1 contenders match. The winning tag team will go up against the Fallen next week on week 200 for the World Tag Team Championships, ladies and gents. A big show today, a lot of number 1 contenders. Week 200 is going to feel like a pay-per-view in its own, ladies and gentlemen, before Breakthrough, which I'm very excited about. Dylan Dynamite, I've been told, is what he's going by. Dylan Dynamite. B&B involved. As bodies fall all the way out the ring. Roddy Ripper Hall already fired out, ladies and gentlemen. Has Cebu on the outside. It is Fool's Count anywhere. Roddy Ripper Hall at 5 gets reversed last second by Cebu. Good to see Cebu and Grievo still teaming on Fury. Cebu with a DDT on Roddy. Pinfall broken up by Malakai. Woo, hectic start. I love the tag team. Fury's got some fun tag teams, ladies and gentlemen. And they have Palmer's Paradise lurking as well. Obviously, the tag team champions, the Fallen. We have the Authority who can team up as well. Brandon, Dino, or Giant. Any two of them, ladies and gentlemen. I know we spoke about World Warzone's tag division, which I think is very fun as well. But Fury equally so. Oh, Supremacy is going to be fun, ladies and gentlemen. With some of the tag teams on both shows. Supremacy is going to be special. Because this tag division is very, very fun. Revo and Maxim Jones alone on the left. Everyone else over on the right. I'd love to see Roddy and Bold Brian up against the fight. I'd love to see any team really go up against. And of course, last week the New Millennia beat Palmer's Paradise. I'm assuming that's why Palmer's Paradise are not in this match. Maybe that was like a little qualifier for this one. Hoping to get a dub in my Season 5 debut. Says Kaiju. Wasn't you on... Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've already had your debut, lad. I think it was on Monday. Lad. You was on World Warzone. You lost to Eli and Caldwell in a Cruiserweight number 1 contenders match, ladies and gentlemen. The returning Eli got the win. Dylan's name change is a bit better this time. Fan cam in action. Malachi with a reversal. Ripcord at clothesline. Dylan Dynamite roll up low. Hit my head so hard. It happens, man. It happens, man. Former United States champion. Oh, Malachi. With Maxim Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, with the camera. Punts away Bold Brian submission. We've already seen 1 submission so far. Lisa Johnston jumps on in, ladies and gentlemen. Bro's had 2 matches. Well, there you go. I've also been told, apparently, that dark matches will start this week, ladies and gents. We had some on World Warzone, some on Origin. Obviously, they go on the channel a little bit later there. Live. Oh, for the crowders. Revo just fell on his head. We'll have some fun matches. Oh. On the RPW YouTube channel. Bodies all outside the ring right now. There is Dylan Dynamite on a little bit of a runabout. Ralph is following him. Dylan Dynamite, I think, using up all of his stamina running around, though. Don't think it's the best choice. Dylan Dynamite with the strength to lift up Misa Johnston. 2 knees to the midsection. Dylan Dynamite setting up on the outside for something, ladies and gentlemen. Nice move there on Misa. Pinfall. Ralph sees bodies in the way, ladies and gentlemen. Made in Chaos. Well, maybe the name change was worth it. Misa Johnston takes the pin. Malachi and Dylan Dynamite pick up a massive win. in the tag team division. And week 200, Made in Chaos go up against the Fallen for the World Tag Team Championships, ladies and gentlemen. Welcoming Drip Messiah. And what a fun match that is going to be, ladies and gentlemen. What a very fun match that is going to be. How very, very exciting indeed. Woohoo! How very, very exciting. Could be a hell of an upset next week. Looking forward to it just like that. Click, click, boom. Made in Chaos get the win as Fury advance onto a match I'm very, very excited about, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa! Very excited indeed. As Alexia Caldwell of the Van Alden Dynasty makes her Season 5 debut and does it looking absolutely sparkly, ladies and gentlemen. Crazy win. They'll sadly lose, but they look good. Weird comment. Weird comment. I feel like people might go up against you, the Acclaimed. And same could be said. Again, I've said this before. I think the Acclaimed are right now the weakest champions in RPW, ladies and gentlemen. So for you to project onto Made in Chaos just because they have a title match, weird of you, Luca. Very weird. Who's not weird is Alexia Caldwell, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! What a human being. What a human being. She's ready. Ladies and gents, so just as like everyone, part of the Van Alden Dynasty, going to be back in the tag division, especially Malachi, next to Fallen, and we are not scared. Weakest champions is man. Who would you say is the weakest champion in RPW right now? It's not Sage. It's not Sibs. It's not Jocko. It's not RK. It's not Bobby. It's not Hope. It's not Cheese. It's not the Fallen. Who would you say is the weakest champ right now? I don't think it's GMK as the Cruiserweight champ. Longest ever Cruiserweight championship. Rain. I may have missed one in there. I think it's a toss-up between the RPW Tag Team Champions and the Women Tag Team Champions. RK is the weakest. All right, Big Daddy. RK is your boss now. Which is crazy. Alexia Caldwell and Joseline Clover. Clover, of course, a former Women's World Champ. She was cashed in on by Morrigan in a rookie year last year. As Ralph gets this one underway, Alexia Caldwell, Joseline Clover, blue vs pink. And I am, so excited for this, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, he and I have issues, but that's just a wowzer. It's one of those ones, Jocko. It's one of those, like, this is the problem with a lot of people in RPW, and RK himself has said this as well. People can't put bias aside, you know? It's like Dragon. I saw him going mad on Asher Kane before. And it's just like, just because you don't like someone, you all of a sudden think like they're terrible at wrestling, even though they're clearly not. Like, they're, you know, their stats are there, the proof is there. It's crazy. Welcome in, Night, over on Twitch, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome in. I was just kidding, guys. Don't take me seriously. Big Daddy, I promise you now, no one in RPW takes you seriously, in or out of the ring. So you don't have to worry about that, BDX. You don't have to worry about that. Also, I watch Twitch. Your streams mostly on stream, so I can't check in chat. Don't you worry, my friend. I better use phones from Twitch. You're quite all right, my friend. Don't you worry. Night, good to have you, though, over on the Purple app. Very good to have you. I still need to figure out how to get the chat back on the screen. I used to like that, but I've changed the multi-chat now, so I will try to figure it out. I watch it on TV, RPW on TV. Now that's a vibe, ladies and gentlemen. Again, no countouts in this match. Vince is testing something, and I like it. They know to get it back in the ring too. It gives them time outside the ring. I like it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, what a kick by Alexia. Goes for the pinfall. People are projecting their opinions on others. I'm always catching strays on RPW. Game's the game, my friend. Don't say silly things, then. Don't say silly things. You literally have Daddy in your name. What makes you think anyone takes you seriously? Luca, you also haven't answered yet. You said weakest champions is mad, but you've not given me an answer. Who do you think is the weakest champ right now? Let me go to the champions page. Sibs, Jocko, Sage, RK, Bobby, Hope, Cheese, Alana Carr. It might be you and Alana Carr, to be fair. Not including randomizer, obviously. Acclaimed are definitely up there. I'm sorry. Acclaimed are definitely up there. We are weak because the names are bigger. We are still champions regardless, and we would win against any contender in that division should they come forward and face us. Again, Luca, you didn't answer. You've avoided my statement. I said the Acclaimed are the weakest champions. That means out of all the champions, you are the weakest to hold a championship belt. I didn't say you're not a champion. So when you say we are still champions regardless, I didn't say you're not a champion. I didn't say your championship is worth less than theirs. I said you are the weakest of the championship pool that we have. You're also saying we would win against any contender in that division, which I'm assuming you mean your tag team division. Again, you're the champions. I would hope that you would win against any contender. Whether or not you do, again, I don't think you do. I don't think you hold those titles for very long. That's just my opinion. But that's besides my point anyway. You're changing what I'm talking about, my friend. I said you are the current weakest champion. I think it's you, Alana Carr, Sasha, and Andrea Garcia, in my opinion. And you say we are weak because the names are bigger, but that's part of the point. The names are bigger, but also they are better champions. Like they're better champions. I don't know how else to say it. Again, it's not. I'm not trying to diss the Acclaimed. I like the Acclaimed. Don't get me wrong. I like you guys. It was just a thing. Also, you said also Shane 7. Counting a randomizer champion just goes to show that my statement was correct. Joseline Clover swinging neck breaker. Love that maneuver. Ladies and gentlemen, hook of the leg. Questionable camera work, but Joseline Clover, quick work of Alexia Caldwell, ladies and gentlemen. 40 minutes in. I mean, to be fair, it is a big main event. It is a big main event. I think it's going to be a long main event as well. So the rest of the show flying by makes sense. Joseline Clover, one of my favorites, ladies and gentlemen. One of my favorite superstars in RPW. If it wasn't RPW took in a stray, when we hide you, ayo! Can't be worse than the king of no streets. You shouldn't take that as too much of an insult, Luca. Our pool of champions might be the best it's been. That's what I'm saying, Jocko. The pool of champions right now is the strongest it's ever been. You expect me to not take being called weak an insult? Again, you misunderstand what I mean. Weakest, not weak. Thank you. See, this is why Jocko is smart, man. I didn't call you weak. I didn't call the Acclaimed bad in any sense of the meaning. I said out of all the current champions, the Acclaimed, I think, are the weakest champions right now. That's what I said. And again, you've not given me an answer, Luca. Who do you think is the weakest to hold a championship belt right now? The fact you had to say Shane 7. If I asked RK that, you think he's saying Shane 7, the randomizer champion. You think Sibs is saying that. Jocko's. That's the difference. None of those bigger names would pick the randomizer champion to be a worse champion because they know that doesn't count. That doesn't matter. Whereas you decided to. Again, it's not a slight on you, man. It's not a slight on you. It's not a slight on you. I want you to know that. I just think of all the current champions, the Acclaimed are definitely the weakest right now. Either the Acclaimed or Sasha and Andrea, in my opinion. We'll move on, though. We'll move on. Xander Evans open up the show, beating Dino. Can Draven Wild do the same against Brandon Bombs? Ladies and gentlemen, we saw the two technicians open up and it won. They won with a submission. Now it's time for the two powerhouses. The two giants are later. What a show, ladies and gentlemen. What a show by two Vince. There is Brandon Bombs, a former four-time world heavyweight champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the Authority, some massive names. And Brandon Bombs looking to equalize things today for the Authority. The Acclaimed has proven they deserve the belts, but being the weakest out of this group of champions, like being the worst player on the Super Bowl winning team, doesn't mean you're bad, Jocko. This is why you get it, man. This is why you get it right now. This is why you get it right now, honestly. Because I think the Fallen, I think the Fallen would beat the Acclaimed. If we're comparing tag team champions, I think the Fallen wiped the floor with the Acclaimed. And then you have names like Jocko, Sib, Sage, Hope, Bobby. Like, it's not a bad thing, Luca. It's not a bad thing. And the fact that you haven't given me an actual answer, like a brand champion that is worse than the Acclaimed. Hey, man. Hey, man. Like, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Brandon Bombs, though, ready for this one. Looking forward to this one, that's for sure. Two powerhouses, some big moves. Brandon somehow made his hair not look stupid this year. Well, I like it. I think it looks way better. I think the subtle black at the bottom, I think it actually has, I think it added aura to him. I think it added cool points. I think it looks awesome. I really, really do. I think it looks awesome. Who would have thought all he needed was a little dye job at the bottom? I think it's the best. Oh, boy. I think it's the best he's looked Ladies and gentlemen, as the lights go out, the Fireflies are out. Jocko still spelling Brandon with an O. Shout out Brandon Sanderson. It's the yes, yellow and more blonde. It looks decent. I like it. Can the Fallen go 2-0 today? Imagine all of the Fallen win and then Sage wins the main event as well. He rolled a nut 20 with the hair. Is anyone going up against Brandon Bombs here today? Yes, they are. Ladies and gentlemen, the other half of the World Tag Team Champions. What are they now, like 5-time, 6-time Tag Team Champions in RPW. The greatest tag team to grace Regents Pro Wrestling. One of the creepiest, maybe the creepiest tag team to grace Regents Pro Wrestling. As Draven Wild walks down with that massive hammer slung over his shoulder. When you only follow one Brandon, what do you expect? Goodness gracious me. I'm glad he doesn't use that in matches because it would cause some damage to his opponent, ladies and gentlemen. That's for sure. Draven Wild. Hope he hasn't shaved his beard. Big, big, big body sharing the ring. Brandon Bombs of the Authority. Draven Wild of the Fallen. Rebecca reffing this one as the second of 3 Fallen vs Authority matches underway. Draven continuing on where Xander Evans left off. Com's afro is iconic. It's just not though, is it? It's just not. Draven Wild. Eyes are sparkling. Ooh, big boot right to the face of Brandon Bombs. Didn't think Draven Wild could get much bigger, to be honest with you. He's leveling Brandon Bombs in terms of mass right now. Ooh, big boot of his own though. Brandon rolling his neck, rolling his shoulders. Little RK shirt front row there. Ready for the main event, ladies and gentlemen. Best in the world. Shares the ring with GMK yet again. Of course, GMK, massive win last week. I'm glad to see him in that main event match. I feel like he deserves to be alongside those massive names. First time seeing Lamin Noir, Brutus Brooklyn, and Daniel Black as well. As Brandon Bombs up to the middle row. Big splash down. Does not go for the pin just yet. Some more damage still to be dealt, ladies and gentlemen. Early submission. Trying to get Draven to tap out like Dino did. Draven fat to have a nice uppercut there. Very nice uppercut there, ladies and gentlemen. Number 1 contenders match for the prestigious championship up next. I forgot. Joseline Clover vs Alexia was actually number 1 contender for the Dominion Championship. So next week on week 200, we have Bobby versus Joseline Clover, ladies and gentlemen. Which is very exciting. Up next, we found out who will take on Hope Eternal for the prestigious. And then Rex versus CAW Iverson. Winner takes on RK for the Intercontinental. I'm not new to this scene. Hopefully, I can be consistently in it next season. Such a good main event. And then Javid's had to add Daniel in there. I mean, again, based on last season, you can't say Daniel Black does not deserve or does not belong in a main event match of Friday Night Fury, that's for sure. Even putting your hatred aside, or even with your hatred of him, you cannot deny that he belongs. 2026 Rumble winner in there as well, Brutus Brooklyn, the big man. I'm glad he's still going for that World Heavyweight Championship, still in that main event scene on Fury as well. It's both superstars to the outside, no countouts, of course. New rule today on Fury. As Draven Wild works away on Brandon Bombs. I can say that I will. He's a mid-card champ who's got a lucky title run because Hope held his hand. I mean, I won't get into the theatrics of it, into the semantics of it. His numbers speak for themselves last year. In main event matches, in pay-per-view appearances. I'm pretty sure he was in every single pay-per-view last year. Or last season, technically. And Bombs gets reversed by Draven. Wow. Front row loving what they're seeing, ladies and gentlemen. Really loving what they're seeing. Draven, wow, now. From behind. Brandon breaking the hold into a spear he goes. Nice takedown on Draven Wild. And Brandon Bombs with the Brandon bite on the outside of the ring. Of course, it's not full scan anyway. If Draven does tap out here, the match will continue, ladies and gentlemen. Jocko hates that I'm successful. Got a cheeky Indian takeaway to celebrate the win. Daniel Black says, stay mad. To the king of the ring, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, a lot of history between Jocko and Daniel Black. I think that is an understatement. Speaking of history between them, ladies and gentlemen. Brandon Bombs saying, get back into the ring. Let's continue this one on. Draven Wild makes his way up. And Draven Wild eventually back into the ring to meet up with Brandon Bombs. And you can see the strength of these two powerhouses. There's a pinfall over in the corner. Forearm across the face. Brandon kicks out two. Rebecca done well then. Was very quick. Draven Wild sends Brandon Bombs down. Just like, oh, a 2 count. A 2 count. I thought Draven may have had it. Oh, nice slam. Using that strength. Draven Wild tacking on mass and looking good with it, folks. Both superstars slowly up to their feet. Brandon Bombs gets reversed. Lock up between the two. Irish whip. Off the rope. Big boot. No. Middle of the ring again. And Brandon Bombs looking to finish this one, Brandon Bombs. Middle of the ring. Dead center. Shoulders down to the World Tag Team Champion, who just about gets it up. What a kick out, ladies and gentlemen. At 2.9. You'll only be successful because you're on Fridays and I'm not. Be glad we have to face each other again. Ay, 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 ay. Very big words. Draven, another pinfall. Forearm across the face. Oh. Both superstars really do not want to lose this one. The resiliency is off the charts right now for both of these superstars. Brandon with a power bomb. Not quite a Brandon bomb. Brandon now going top rope. This is uncharted territory for the former multiple-time world champion. He made it work, though, surprisingly. Even though he does not go up there very often. I said it earlier, I'll say it again. I think this year on Fury, I think the main part of Fury this year is going to be the Fallen versus the Authority. Because both stables have so much amazing talent throughout them. Ladies and gentlemen, I wonder if we ever see any Fallen members on World Warzone this year. Or if they stay on Fridays. Big spine bust on the outside. Brandon smart to get it back in the ring. Goes for the pinfall off the spine buster. Is that enough? On one half of the World Tag Team Champions, it is indeed. The spine buster was enough. And Brandon Bombs equalizes things. Xander takes out Dino in the opener. Brandon takes out Draven. One more in the penultimate match of the show. which is the Great Giant versus Abdon, ladies and gentlemen. And what a match for it to come down to. 1-1 so far. Ooh, boy. That was special, ladies and gentlemen. I want a big year from Brandon Bombs. I think of the Authority, he should be the one going after Sage for the World Heavyweight Champion. He's always been a World Champion. He's always been in that World Championship division. He's always been looking to break records when it comes to that World Heavyweight Championship, ladies and gentlemen. He's won so many of them. Can he tack one more on, ladies and gentlemen? Can he tack one more on? Is the question. We're at the hour marker. It is a very quick show. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 4 matches left, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, that main event is elimination. So that could be a long one in itself. It is a Saturday. Maybe people have places to go. We're in Eastern, I don't know, but we have a massive fatal 4-way up next, ladies and gentlemen. And the winner of this match will take on a Hope Eternal next week for the RPW Prestigious Championship, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, she won the Rumble. She won at Mania. At this point, I don't know when or how Hope Eternal is going to lose that championship, ladies and gentlemen. I really, really don't. Will it be one of these 4 superstars? Again, I think no matter who she goes up against, they're going to be a massive underdog. I think it's going to be so incredibly difficult to get that championship off of Hope Eternal. But we thought that about Bobby. That's for sure. And she eventually lost it, so you never know. Her reign really may be eternal. You just never know. Ladies and gentlemen. We'll see how things go, though. Sienna Violet in the ring. Ready for this one, and oh, Olivia Laurent repping the Van Alden dynasty. She looks suited and booted for business. It's the business era, ladies and gentlemen. She looks suited and booted. Most people thought Hope would lose in the Rumble. I mean, number 2, I think anyone would think they would lose. Brandon's already a 4-time world champion, yes indeed. I can't lie, Aura coming out in a full little battle in a power suit, a business suit. Business era. I want a big year for Olivia Laurent, especially now she's not on the same show as Portia Van Alden. Olivia v Hope Eternal. Olivia was the second last superstar in the Regents Rumble, ladies and gentlemen. Olivia Laurent was this close to winning the Rumble and being the prestigious champion right now. I'm damn sure she will want a rematch, a one-on-one match, I should say, against Hope Eternal for the prestigious championship, ladies and gentlemen. She eliminated Haley. She eliminated Clover. She eliminated Bobby. She was this close to eliminating Hope Eternal herself, ladies and gentlemen. Olivia Laurent, my pick for this match. My pick for this match. I know there's still some songs that need doing. I did tell Brett we'll get it sorted for week 200. Don't you worry, during the Easter break, as Authority's very inner. This is a superstar who needs a massive year this year, a massive season, because season 4, the Authority were thriving. And Lady Dream sort of got forgotten about a little bit compared to some other names. Cheese was doing her thing. Dino, Brandon, Giant, Sibs, all doing their thing. Lady Dream had a very quiet year. And I think really needs to step up this year. 100%. Ladies and gentlemen. Lost in the shuffle. Look who reminds me of Alex Bishop. Lady Dream was the original. How dare you. And last but not least, one half of the women's tag team champions. Paired up with Sasha Fierce, of course. I'm excited for the women's tag team division. It's not really got started yet. Everyone's focused more on their singles performances as the giant of the women's division, Andrea Garcia, is here on Fear. And again, Aurea Garcia. I want a big year from her too. It's hard on Fury. You have Bobby and Hope Eternal. It's very, very difficult. But I want a big year from her, ladies and gentlemen. I really, really do. I want a big year. Ladies and gents, I'm going to do a little taste test for you here today. We done some leftovers from the Japanese show of Regents Mania 4, ladies and gentlemen. We have some Lays from, I think it's Japan, might be Korean. It's one of them. Texas grilled barbecue flavor, ladies and gentlemen. We'll do a little taste test for this match. We're not sponsored, but we'll do a little taste test. Shout out to Regents Mania 4. Ooh, I like the smell. How are they? Oh. Oh, rate out of 10. Oh. Yo. Lays are the best, bro. Asian Lays. Lasians. Oh, man. Yo, these might be like... These are a solid 9.1. Oh! These are the best Lays I've ever had. Texas grilled barbecue. Oh! Wow! I didn't think it was gonna be this good. No. These are top. I'm not gonna eat all of them. Wow. Okay. Well, that was a joy. That was a joy. Also, we have cacao mochi. Don't ask why I have a lot of Asian snacks all of a sudden. Made in Taiwan. Shout out. Royal family since 1986. Cacao mochi. Mochi, sorry. Is that chocolate? What's mochi? Mochi. What's mochi? Cacao is chocolate, right? Should we try it together? Oh, they're soft. Ugh. Oh, it's squidgy. Has dusting on it. Maybe Smiley sent the package. Do I want to eat this then? Oh, it's soft. I thought it was going to be hard. Oh. Oh, they're weird. I don't like the texture. It's soft and gooey. It doesn't really taste of chocolate. I thought it was going to be like hard on the outside, soft chocolate on the inside. I want to focus on the match now. Oh, they're like a... I mean, I can eat them, but they don't really taste of anything. They're pretty tasteless. Like a 3.8. 3.8. They lost some points for the texture. They're like a 3.8. Isn't mochi red bean paste? I don't know. I don't know. Olivia Laurent with the pitfall! Andrea Garcia. I thought she broke it up. I think she thought she broke it up. Ladies and gentlemen, this show is flying by.
Here is your winner. Oh.
I said Olivia was my pick. I said I wanted a big match from her and a big moment from her. Ladies and gentlemen, so next week, week 200, we are going to get Maiden Chaos versus The Fallen for the World Tag Titles. Joseline Clover vs. The Goddess for the Dominion Championship. Olivia Laurent versus Hope Eternal for the prestigious championship. And up next, we have Key Iverson and Rex. 1-on-1. And the winner will go up against RK for the Intercontinental Championship. My goodness. We are flying through, ladies and gentlemen. We really, really are. I believe this is their Season 5 debut, if I'm not mistaken. Liv vs Hope, a rematch from Rumble. Again, they were the last two in that ring, ladies and gentlemen. They were the last two, and a rematch is needed. Oh, I'm excited. But you know what? CAW vs Rex going up against RK. I'm actually excited for this one. Ladies and gentlemen, I really, really am excited for this one. As CAW Iverson enters out first, his Season 5 debut. He's looking good, you know. I'm liking it. South Africa v South Africa. I'm liking the yellow, white, and black look. He's looking pretty awesome. I got CAW winning. You know what? I backed that, Malachi. I got CAW Iverson winning too. I've always been a big fan of CAW Iverson. We've had many differences in our times, but I got CAW Iverson winning too. I got CAW Iverson winning too. Can you imagine CAW being Intercontinental champ to start off Season 5? Can you imagine CAW vs RK with all their history and then CAW winning? I mean, RK is 0-1 right now. Could be 0-2 after today. I wouldn't mind though. CAW Iverson beating RK for the Intercontinental Championship on week 200. I mean, talk about a memorable moment, ladies and gentlemen. Would be something. I think CAW vs Rex is a very fun match, though. I must admit. Representing all the South Africans in RPW. Representing Evolution is Rex on the back there. I like his attire too, the white and green look. Tune, by the way. Hoping that's correct. These days, I never know. I like Rex's look, though. Fresh trim for Season 5. CAW Iverson and Rex. CAW Iverson going back to like an old school CAW Iverson. I like it. CAW Iverson looking like Season 1 Mania CAW Iverson with the white attire. He is not someone we want representing us. Yeah, it's correct. Thank you. Hey, CAW's a former Universal Champion, ladies and gentlemen. Rex is not. He's a former champ. Has Rex ever been champion RPW? I think he's been randomized to champ, maybe? I might be wrong. Left hand by CAW there. Oh, I can't lie. I can't lie. These were fucking fantastic. These lays. I don't want to eat all of them, but my fucking God. I could. I really, really could. Wow. Wow, dude. They're some of the best crisps I've ever had. They really, really are. Because I'm an RPW and CAW stinks absolutely. Damn, GMK not a fan of CAW Iverson. Really not a fan. Well, it makes it better that he's going up against GMK's tag team partner of Rex over here on Fury. I'd love to see CAW get a tag team partner on Fury, enter the tag division against GMK and Rex. That would be fun. Bring back Coke. Have 4 South Africans going at it. That'd be special. That'd be very special. You're supposed to be the one representing us. Big Daddy does not. Wait, so Big Daddy, are you from South Africa? You say so, representing us. Are you South African? I thought you were Japanese the way you dress. CAW big reversal. Look at the strength, man. Look at the strength. He's the only ever South African world champion, ladies and gentlemen, RPW. I'm just saying. The only ever South African world champion. Oh, you're Japanese or Samoan. Rex pops up out of nowhere. Very nice combination as well. Giant and Abdon up next before the main event. Oh, these two last matches are going to pop off, dude. They are going to pop off. Winner of this match takes on RK for the Intercontinental Championship. Reversal after reversal, back and forth, the two South Africans go. Iverson with the kicks to the chest. I'd prefer if you weren't South African, Big Daddy. I'm South African with a small percentage of Japanese. Looks like you prefer the Japanese to your South African heritage. Skull crushing finale, face first goes Rex, but he kicks out. Nice move there by Iverson. Rex again with his combination into a clothesline. Iverson reeling all of a sudden. Rex starting to get grips of things here. Starting to get the hang of it. No, nice reversal. A big reversal into a neck break here. Iverson. This is the Madden, the only ever South African to be a world champion. How many of you can say that about your country? I guess Daniel can, the only ever Polish superstar, I believe, to be a world champion. Oh, no, Kilro, so never mind, even Daniel can't. Hey, I'm telling you, man, not many people can say that. Iverson. Setting things up. Oh, Iverson. I don't know what he was going for there. Rex fights out of it, though, as he goes back for the combo for the 6th time today. Get some new moves, Rexy boy. And again, if it's working, it's working. 2 matches away from that. Ooh, big forearm. Well, you wouldn't be 2 matches away from that because you wouldn't be the only South African to be a world champ, because you and Key would. My point is, who can say they're the only world champ from their country other than Iverson? You wouldn't be the only South African. You would join Iverson as the 2nd South African to be a world champion. Technically. Rex looking for something big. Iverson scrambling away, though. A lot of big reversals in this match. These two trying to steal the show, which I love. Iverson from behind. I love the skull crushing finale. I'm glad he's brought it back. Ladies and gentlemen, Iverson versus RK. No. No. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. What other Japanese snaps do we get given? What else do we get given? I don't know how to pronounce that. Yan? It looks like a Mikado, you know? It looks like a Mikado. Oh, banana flavor. Oh. Oh, that was chocolate. Oh. Rex. Oh, big slam down. Very banana-y. It tastes like artificial banana, though. I'll give it like a 5.6. I could snack on them. How many snacks from Mania did you get? It's been like 4 weeks. No. It was a fresh shipment, Cross. It was a fresh shipment. They're not here from Mania. It was a fresh shipment. They're quite nice to be fair. They're okay. They're nothing special. Nice frog splash. These two going at it, by the way. These two really going at it. Any other Americans ever been Universal? No idea what Kilroy, Bold Bryan, or Cebu is from. Cebu is from Houston, Texas, so he would be the American Universal. And when I say world champion, I meant like world champ in general. I wasn't specifying the world heavyweight or Universal for Iverson. He's the first ever South African world champion, like just all in all. Fuck Cebu, he don't. It would be Cebu. It would be Cebu of all people, your favorite. Because Bold Bryan's from England. Kilroy, Poland. Has there only been 2 American Universal Champions? Really? You and Cebu? Nice forearm down low. Very, very nicely done. That's an interesting, like, fact, actually. Going through all the championships, seeing what countries have held them. Iverson is absolutely part of this. Ladies and gentlemen, Rex versus RK next week for the Intercontinental Championship. I feel like Iverson had this the entire match. ladies and gentlemen. A great match, by the way, from the South Africans. Really, really good match. I'm pretty sure, I think Rex and RK had a title match before. Didn't RK, when he was doing the open challenges, either for the, was it the World Hardcore, the World Heavyweight? They had a match, ladies and gentlemen. They had a match. 100%. They had a match. I don't remember what it would have been for, though. It was definitely for a title. But I know RK and Rex have shared a title match. But it was the Hardcore, right? They've had a bang. I thought so. I thought so. Well, how bloody exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, maybe we should add a from on the profile pages. We could add countries. Got me feeling a World Cup fever. Hopefully it's big this season. We could add a from. We'll talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk about it. The penultimate match of Fury. Not even an hour and a half in. Poland won the World Cup. They did indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, oh, I thought Vince is going to be pissed. You can look, but you can't touch. I mean, that is true, to be fair. As the Great Giant makes his way down. Yeah, we know, Daniel. I remember when me and Rex thought it was a great match. Rex got some dog in him. He really, really does. The final Authority versus Fallen matchup, ladies and gentlemen, RPW World Cup could coincide with the Football World Cup. Oh, banger. When is that? Summer? This year? Oh, no, is it winter this year now? It's different now, right? They're doing it in the winter now? I don't remember, ladies and gentlemen. I don't remember. Brett will note down Giant's name for his song. The Giant is very strong. He is very, very strong, ladies and gentlemen. That's for sure. June to July. Oh, it is summer. I thought it was winter. For some reason, ladies and gentlemen. Chokeslam versus Chokeslam. It is first ever singles match in Regents Pro Wrestling. The fourth member of the Fallen. He was just a name that Sage spoke about. And now he's part of the team. Part of Fury, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine Abdon just squashes Giant. Oh, for sure. This is the match I was looking forward to, folks. It really, really was. As Abdon makes himself known to the RPW universe. Place your bets on who you have, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, for sure. The Great Giant and Abdon. Oh, my goodness gracious me, Abdon. With a head full of steam to get things started. Who are you going for, folks? 1B, 2Ds. Let's get the spelling right. It's like how people say Sibs with 2Bs. Oh, pay attention. It is literally on the screen when he enters, man. He's big. He's wearing red. He looks like a monster, ladies and gentlemen. Dare I say a machine. In that ring. With the Great Giant, we know how dominant he can be. We know how dominant he can be. The main event up next, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel Black, Lamin Noir, Brutus Brickley, RK, GMK, and Sage. A six-man elimination style match. One for the ages. That is for sure what a big boot. To take down the Great Giant. Ooh. Peach-flavored Oreos, ladies and gentlemen. Peach, you guys know I love an Oreo. This will be the last snack we try. Peach-flavored Oreos. Oh, they're like little packages. Interesting. Peach Oreos, ladies and gentlemen. Peach, you don't like peach flavored? You don't like peach flavor? Oh, I like a peach flavor. They're not very thick, though. Oh, they smell a lot of peach. Sounds awful. They're about 4-5. Oh, they smell very peachy. You guys are right, they're arse. Oh, they are buns. Ugh. Oh, they're like a 2-7. They're a 2-7. The aftertaste is atrocious. No, you guys banged it. There. Oh, they are arse cheeks. That is not a banana. They are arse cheeks. Ooh! Big right hander by the Giant. Abdon's outfit is kind of too much. Says the man wanted to wear horns in RPW. Keep peach, but listen, I like peach flavored drinks. Peach does not belong with chocolate though. Oh. I only like the original Oreos. Reese is over, man. Give it to Brett, I might do. Oh, a kendo stick to the face of Abdon. Peach ice cream is okay, yeah. Yeah. The only, no, double Oreos are the best Oreos. I know that's like, you know, original cream, but double Oreos are the best Oreos. Original Oreos, too thin for me. Double Oreos are the only Oreos I can eat. Both superstars back into the ring. Who's going to hit the first choke slam is the question. Giant getting thrown around. Ugh, they are awful. They are awful. Giant back outside of the ring now. Double stuffed are amazing. The mint flavored are good too. Not too strong in flavor. Or mint chocolate with after eights. Oh, after eights are the goated mint chocolate. That is for sure. I don't think I've had mint Oreos. Giant with the pinfall, middle of the ring. Forearm across the face. Gets a 2 count out of it. Gets a 2 count out of it. Oh, the new awards on the sheets here, by the way. No pressure if they're not. I wasn't sure. Oh, Abdon taken down. Oh my goodness. Kind of a choke slam by the great Giant, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, how close was that? After it's a danger because you have one, and then before you know it, the box is gone. And across the throat, ladies and gentlemen, the Giant choke slam to Abdon. He was spoken about very highly, and he kicks out of the Giant choke slam. The Giant has their heritage, has their history in RPW, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy, oh boy. No, yeah, haven't had time. Got Tuesday off for MRI, so I'm out of free time after that. No worries. Big man on campus. Welcome in Noah K. Returning to RPW as of late. What after eights? Think of Thin Mints. I don't know if that makes any sense or if they're even the same thing. They just sound like they are. They're thin chocolate things with mint inside, and they're great. Great Giant with a steel chair. Erie, PA. I still don't know where we are. What Erie, PA means. Is it Pennsylvania? I don't really know. To be fair, hour and a half with a 6-man elimination main event. I think we're right on time. I think, again, to Vince knows his timing. I think that's why the rest was a quick show. Because that main event is not going to be quick, ladies. It is Pennsylvania. I thought so. There we go. Shout out PA. Oh, yeah, Philadelphia, PA. Of course it's... I knew that, ladies and gentlemen. I knew that. Hey, Thin Mints. We hate you too, Noah K. Abdon taking Giant back into the ring. Abdon setting up a ladder as if we need more of this, ladies and gentlemen. Any more Japanese snacks? Those Oreos can go right in the bin. Oh, we have more... Pizza crisps! What the fuck did Japan even do? Pizza crisps? Should I be opening both crisps? I'm gonna save these. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, fuck it. Why not? We taste up. Oh! Hold that thought as the Giant goes for the pinfall. No. Pizza crisp. Oh, they're ridged. They're ridged like McCoys. Giant chokeslam, no. They're not terrible, but they're just, what are we doing? They're spicy. Ridged, oh, I do like a ridged crisp. They're okay. They're not as good as the barbecue ones, though. The barbecue ones are top. What a clothesline by Abdon. P.O. Box going crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, Abdon getting ready for a choke slam of his own on the 600-pounder. Hook of the leg. 1, 2, 3. Welcome to Regents Pro Wrestling, Mr. Abdon. His first win in RPW. Officially has the scariest choke slam in the whole company. Ladies and gentlemen, look at the height he got. What a win. The Fallen win 2. The Authority win 1. Oh, for sure. What a match. What a performance. I can see this man going for RK's Intercontinental Championship, ladies and gentlemen. 100%. I can see this man going for RK's Intercontinental Championship, because my God, ladies and gentlemen, that is a scary, scary, scary man. It really, really is. It really, really is. And now, well, now we move on, ladies and gentlemen. Now we move on to the main event of Friday Night Fury. A 6-man Falls Count Anywhere elimination match. If you are pinned or submitted, you are eliminated until we have one superstar left. Ladies and gentlemen, main event of Fury, and making his Season 5 debut, Daniel Black, the runner-up for Male Superstar of the Year last year, and a new look for him. He looks energized, ladies and gentlemen. Is he maybe a little too humble, is the question, as Daniel Black, the first entrant in this one. Ryan Curtis, 28-month-a-roonies, says this main event is going to be insane. I wholeheartedly agree, my friend. I wholeheartedly agree. It could be a very long one as well. It could be a very long one. I feel like this is one of those matches that will be on the channel at a later date. Black liquid in his hand. Look at him selling out for prime gross. Have some respect. Someone in the front row just got one. Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Black almost has a new lease of life this season in this Fury main event. Let's get warm for this main event, folks. Who follows? The humble one himself. Oh, of course! Of course, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, RK is after. Now, these two started weirdly becoming kind of friendly as of late, ladies and gentlemen. They started becoming quite friendly as of late at the end of the season. I mean, all throughout Season 4, Daniel Black and RK, you could not say enough bad things between them. And then they started to get a little bit friendly near the end. As RK, the Intercontinental Champion. RK has one of the best entrants in RPW, I agree. Your Intercontinental Champion. He's 0-1, of course. GMK beat him last week. GMK did beat him in the opener. But RK's main evented today with the Intercontinental Championship around his waist, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed clobbering time. And RK looks fired up and ready for this main event, folks. Remember, you get a point depending where you're eliminated. So first out gets 1 point, second out gets 2 points, so on and so forth. Every elimination you get, you also get a point. We don't know what these points are for, ladies and gentlemen. Vince has kept it quiet. He's kept it a secret. We don't know what the points are for. I fucking love that jacket, by the way. Fucking love that jacket. Love that he's got his glasses back as well. He's finally found his glasses again. This is the best RK has ever looked. He's finally got a fresh trim. What a main event it's going to be. Last out gets 5 points. Winner gets 6 points. That is exactly correct. Plus all the points you get for eliminations too. Who do we think is going to be first eliminated, folks? Who do we think is going to be first eliminated? Here's the question. Oh boy, the lights go out. What a fucking match. Again, this is being recorded. This is going to be on the show. This is going to be on the channel 100%, ladies and gentlemen. Your 2026 Regents Rumble winner. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Brutus Brickley is here. And he's back in the main event, which we love to see. I think he belongs in the main event. I think he belongs in the world title picture. And I'm excited to see what he can do in this match, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very big. What a fucking main event this is. I love the Fury stage. What a fucking main event, dude. We get to see the World Heavyweight Champion involved as well. Oh, this could be, this could literally be a half-an-hour match. This could be longer, ladies and gentlemen. This could be a very, very long one. Big Brutus Brickley in the ring. Rumble winner, my fuck it. When he spreads out like that, the surface area that he covers is mental, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely mental. It really, really is. 3 superstars in. 3 superstars left, and the second champ, the second of 3 champions, I should say. Half of the superstars in this match have a championship belt right now, which is crazy to think of. GMK 1-0 so far. He beat RK last week. Will we see GMK and RK for the Intercontinental Championship? We're seeing RK beat Rex, the second male superstar in Evolution. Will we see a champ versus champ with the IC title on the line in the future? Who knows? I'd love to see GMK and RK go back at it for the championship on the line. He makes his way down. Cruiserweight Championship, the longest ever Cruiserweight Championship reign right now in RPW history, around the waist of GMK. RK standing away from Daniel Black and Brutus Brickley, which is interesting. I know Daniel and Brutus have had a little bit of a back and forth in their time as well. Last season after that Rumble and after everything that happened with Sage and Daniel and then Sage and Brutus. Ladies and gentlemen, my goodness gracious me. Are you ready to get your ones up for the first time in Season 5? Ladies and gentlemen, the Season 2 Superstar of the Year 2024 Regents Rumble winner. That was 2 years ago now, my goodness gracious me. Ladies and gentlemen, the former leader of the ministry, the Renaissance, who hosts the Gallery of Violence. It is none other than Lamin Noir. The ones are up in the main event of Fury. What a fucking match, ladies and gentlemen. Vince literally said, fuck it. Let me get every single massive name on this show and bung them all in this main event. Make it elimination, because why not? Make it elimination. I am interested, Jocko, like, just random. I mean, anyone can answer, really. If World Warzone was to do this, who do you guys think would be the big six on World Warzone, if you could call it that? Who do you think would be the big six? And I mean, even on Fury, like, you could argue, like, Brandon could be there instead of Brutus, or GMK. Dino could be there instead of the other as well. So even, like, this might not even be the big six on Fury, which is crazy. Obviously, then you have the women's division too, but I'm talking about the men's division on World Warzone. Obviously, Jocko and Sibs would be in there, no doubt. Obviously, Jocko and Sibs would be in there. You have names... I don't even know off the top of my head. Let me look at the sheet, actually. Who would it be from World Warzone? Gore? Would Gore be in there? And after last year? World Warzone's main event scene. I mean, Drew's going for that Universal title. Whether or not he's on that level, who knows? Ladies and gentlemen, the one's up again for Lamin Noir. He looks lean. Why is he lighter this? He looks lean. Looks like he's cut off some mass and looks like he is. Looks like he's in pretty good shape. I must admit, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like he is in pretty darn good shape. 5 superstars in the ring. And only one remains, ladies and gentlemen. And you instantly know who the one remaining is. Who else but the World Heavyweight Champion to main event week 199. And there he is. The same from Mania. Ladies and gentlemen, your World Heavyweight Champion, the leader of the Fallen. Goodness gracious me, what a season 4 he had. What a return he had, ladies and gentlemen, as the lights are flickering. And he makes his way down. Oh my goodness gracious, that was a scary shot. This creepy, fiendish lantern. How do you pick a winner in a match like this, folks? How do you pick a winner? That is the question. Because it is absolutely terrifying, ladies and gentlemen. It really, 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 really is. Not so sure there's like a big 6 in terms of World Warzone, but I believe there is. I believe there is at least 6 declared for the Universal. I think Supremacy is going to be interesting. Seeing the difference in divisions. But we'll save that for Supremacy. I think that is the scariest shot in RPW history. That lantern, that championship, that mask, that man. The unspoken name. The World Heavyweight Champion, ladies and gentlemen. Chills every time I see him. Here on Fury. Everyone's standing outside. Witnessing the world champion. Ladies and gentlemen, a 6-man Falls Count Anywhere elimination style match. Who have you got? Who do you think's eliminated first? Who's the strongest? Who's the weakest? Who is going to survive till the end? A Christmas Carnage rematch between Sage and Daniel Black, ladies and gentlemen. A Regents Mania rematch between Sage and Brutus Brickley. Some matches we've never seen before, like Sage and Laminoir. RK was trying to avoid Sage for as long as possible. There's no avoiding it now. Sage and Daniel Black teaming up for the Cruiserweight Champion momentarily, and then instantly he turns on Daniel, who pops right back up, ladies and gentlemen. Laminoir goes after RK. The history those two have, of course. We know it by now. 2 count. Lamin to be eliminated first and RK to win. Interesting prediction. I like that, ladies and gentlemen. I like that prediction. That's Daniel Black, ladies and gentlemen. What's it? Daniel Black with a burning hammer on Sage already. And could the world champion be out already? Oh my goodness. Where the bloody hell did he pull that from? Lamin pinfall on the outside. Holy moly. Sage with a sleeper hold. Middle of the ring, Christmas Carnage repeat. Sage and Daniel Black left alone in the ring, folks. A burning hammer to the world champ. Remember, whoever wins this match will take on Sage next week on week 200 for the World Heavyweight Championship. The final two will be Sage vs RK. I think Sage might be eliminated first, ladies and gentlemen. Based on how Daniel Black has started, I really, really do. Brutus Brickley throwing the Intercontinental Champion around on the outside of the ring. There's another pinfall out there, folks. Laminoir with a ones up. GMK looking fired up. Daniel Black left alone in the ring. Laminoir looking fired up. Laminoir with a crossface, no. Oh my goodness, great. Everyone's bringing out all the... I thought this was going to be a long match. People bringing out their big moves straight away. People looking to finish it off straight away, folks. What a main event on Saturday Night Fury. The Cruiserweight Vista Giant over there. Daniel Black, no. Just a 1 count on Sage. RK comes across. RK and Daniel did say, even though they may potentially team this year against the Fallen, it's also all against all. There's a wrench in the hand of Brutus Brickley. A bloody wrench. Oh, pop-up powerbomb to RK. Laminoir with the thumbtacks. We could be potentially seeing a match of the year contender all already in season 5, folks. Brutus Brickley, no. 2 former Regents Rumble winners involved in this match. Sage and GMK on the outside. Sage into the steel steps. RK roll up on Brutus. Each elimination, you get a point. We still don't know what the points are for. Bullhammer by Lamin. One's up by Lamin. And the Fury main event crowd all reciprocating. Double pinfall, ladies and gentlemen. RK kicks out. GMK also eventually kicks out as well. Daniel Black trying to show how humble he has become. Proper carnage, ladies and gentlemen. All around the ring. Lamin and RK, GMK and Daniel, Brutus and Sage. 3 rivalries from last year repeating themselves on Friday Night Fury in the main event, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel Black throwing thumbtacks on the face of GMK. Brutal. Rumble winner, Mania main event. Ooh! Happy ending by Brutus Brickley. Shout out Dragon Monarch with that one, ladies and gentlemen. Sage still kicking. RK into the barricade. Early days here, but Sage. I think Sage might be the weak link down. Daniel Black has Laminoir both making the season 5 debut. Burning hammer to Laminoir. And could Lamin be the first eliminated? Daniel Black would love to eliminate him first. Oh, Laminoir kicks out though. Still no one eliminated. Daniel Black saying, is this the best you have? Pointed to Laminoir. Sage up top, ladies and gentlemen. Sage up top. Mandible claw. Fingers down the throat of Brutus Brickley. A Regents Mania rematch as Ralph is watching on. I think he broke out of it. I don't think he tapped. Sage turns to RK. RK's been trying to avoid him. Now RK, no more avoiding the World Heavyweight Champion. Of course, RK, the longest ever World Champion we've had in RPW. As Laminoir yet again kicks out. RK gets reversed. Another pop-up powerbomb. Sage on his knees. Leg is hooked. And the Intercontinental Champion. Oh! How close was that? I thought he was first eliminated, folks. Oh, Mandible Claw. Lamin's down. Lamin down. Lamin been hit with a lot. Thought RK was going to be first then. Goodness gracious me. RK saying it's time to go to sleep. RK's having an awful start to Season 5, folks. Absolutely awful start to Season 5. He really is not looking good at all. Oh, except for that spear. Brutus just got chopped in half. Oh, and he kicks out at 2, though. Look at Daniel Black feeling it. Really starting to feel it. RK, sweet chin music. Falls on top of Brutus. With Sage watching on, and Brutus Brickley's first eliminated. RK gets a point for his elimination. The Rumble winner has gone first, folks. Big Brutus Brickley will not be getting his Mania rematch against Sage next week. RK first elimination. Here in the main event of Fury. I feel like that's big for RK, especially after losing last week. RK crossing the arms to Daniel Black. RK, oh, I thought Daniel Black was going to leave him. I thought they was going to work together. Ooh, no, he's not. GMK on the world champion, ladies and gentlemen. No, Sage still kicking. Who goes next, folks? Who goes next? Matt Magician, Daniel Black, he's looking yoked out of his mind as well this season. Daniel Black looks massive now. He's been working hard, that's for sure. I think GMK might eliminate RK, you know. Imagine GMK eliminates RK, especially after beating him last week. So GMK goes next. Ladies and gentlemen, I think RK goes next. Gore says Lamin or Daniel. I think it's RK. Rob watches. The shoulders down. Intercontinental champion is gone. GMK pins RK in back-to-back weeks of Fury. GMK might want to step in for Rex next week for the Intercontinental Championship match. People thought RK is going to last to the end. Ooh! RK gone. We're down to 4. Wow, dude. Daniel Black submission on the world champion. In the ring, Sage reeling. No, he's not. No, he's not. GMK thrown away. I cannot believe RK is gone. This might be the biggest year of GMK's career, folks. Longest cruiserweight champion. I would love to see GMK vs RK for the Intercontinental Championship. Final act to Sage. On the tacks. 1, 2, and Daniel Black pins the World Heavyweight Champion. Revenge from Christmas Carnage. Sage is done. We're down to 3. That's Sage's first loss since returning. GMK pins Lamin. It's Daniel and GMK. Oh my goodness. Sage is done. Lamin is done. Whoo boy. And all of a sudden, we are down to GMK and Daniel Black. The winner takes on Sage next week at week 200. I want to see World Heavyweight Champ GMK. Daniel Black into the barricade. A cruiserweight rematch between these two. Early match of the year contender. Early shock of the year, moment of the year. GMK eliminating RK and Lamin. Daniel Black eliminating Sage. That's Sage's first loss since he returned, by the way. He went unbeaten last season. And now he's kicking off Season 5 on 0%. Business era, ladies and gentlemen. Business era. GMK already has 2 points for his eliminations. Daniel Black has won. Oh, what a frog splash. I think he landed awkwardly, though. Both superstars down. Daniel Black may have broke his leg, ladies and gentlemen. Why is he laying like that? Daniel Black looks stunned. And GMK working away on that leg. I think Daniel Black's left leg. I think GMK landed on his leg. That left leg did not look right, ladies and gentlemen. Did not look right. Ooh, big power bomb. GMK a chance to face Sage for the World Heavyweight Championship next week. Ooh. GMK is fucking cooking. Of course, it didn't look right. It was his left. Welcoming Calc M09 over on Twitch to the main event of Friday Night Fury on a Saturday. Daniel Black busted open. The winner of this main event will take on Sage next week at week 200 for the World Heavyweight Championship, ladies and gentlemen. GMK with 2 eliminations, RK and Laminoir. Daniel Black with 1 elimination, which was the world champ Sage himself. Oh my goodness! Leg drop from the top rope. Daniel Black is down. GMK with the best performance of his career. But Daniel Black reverses. How are you? I am on the edge of my seat, Cal. That's how I am. Main event of Fury. Absolutely showing off. Oh, when the DDT does it. Christmas Carnage repeat, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel Black is a humble. The runner-up of Male Superstar of the Year. He had the greatest season of his career in Season 4, ladies and gentlemen. And he has not missed a beat. Coming into Season 5 with a win. Daniel v. Sage. He is starting his Season 5 how he ended his Season 4. Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Black kicked off Season 4 by being world champion. He lost it, then he won it back. Can he kick off Season 5 by winning another World Heavyweight Championship, ladies and gentlemen? What a performance. I think a lot of people sort of counted him out as well. A 5-star match, ladies and gentlemen. I think a lot of people counting him out now that he's out of the Final Testament. I think that was his way of saying, do not count me out. Ladies and gentlemen, Calc, if you want to join, come on over to YouTube, become a YouTube member, join our Discord, and you can get your own superstar, get your own contract in Regents Pro Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, what a show. What a main event. Next week, on week 200 of Friday Night Fury, we will witness Made in Chaos versus The Fallen for the World Tag Titles. Joseline Clover vs Bobby for the Dominion Championship. Olivia Laurent vs Hope for the prestigious championship. Rex versus RK, who is 0 for 2 right now, for the Intercontinental Championship. And Daniel Black versus Sage for the World Heavyweight Championship. What a show week 200 of Fury is going to be. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I have been KR, and this is who we are.